This is how to get featured on Scratch. I will split this tutorial into 5 parts. My project got featured some time ago, and it got a lot of views. I also gained quite a few followers, about 400. Getting featured is a good way to get recognized. Okay, now into the tutorial. The Scratch team has a featured project studio. Someone has to send a link to your project in the comments, and then the curators and managers will add it to the studio. Then, the Scratch team looks through the projects in the studio and picks some to be featured. There are other ways to get featured, but this is the main way. To have the best chance of being featured, your project has to be unique. So spending a lot of time on your project idea is important. One tip is to examine other projects and try to determine what made them unique enough to be featured. Then, incorporate them into your project. Let's take a look at my project, The Worm Game. I think the main reason it got featured is because of the art. It's a game where you move around with the mouse and get to the next level, which you can find all the time on Scratch. To make it stand out, I drew detailed worms for the levels and polished the game with music, sound effects, and a menu screen. If it weren't for that, I would not have gotten featured. This part is kind of tricky. The Scratch team doesn't allow you to propose your project, and using an alt account is the same thing. So, you can wait for someone to propose your project to be featured. You could also ask a friend, or make a deal with someone. I'm not sure if this is unethical or not, so you can make that decision for yourself. If you see your project in the studio, that's a good sign. The last step is to wait for the Scratch team to review your project and decide if it will be featured or not. Getting your project featured is difficult. It's fine if you don't get it on your first try. That's probably not going to happen. You have to keep trying and trying, and each time you try, your chances get higher. Then, one day, you might get featured.